welcome back to Red Vibe, and indeed welcome to the very first FIFA 21 video on the channel. We have 3 major series planned this year, guys, for FIFA 21 career mode, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Today we are embarking on the very first episode of one of those series, and that is the Charlton Athletic career mode. We also have another series called Clubs in Trouble, where we take some clubs that are in a bit of a real life crisis and we try and sort them out a little bit. We've also got a head-to-head career mode series where I'm going to be taking on some other YouTubers at career mode. I won't say any more than that. Today, as I say, we have a manager career, a Charlton career mode that we're going to start. Now, this is, I think, the 3rd or 4th career mode, or the 3rd or 4th FIFA in a row we've done a Charlton career mode. We still have not achieved our goal of getting Charlton into a Champions League final and, of course, winning it. So, of course, that's going to be our objective for this career mode, and I really think this is going to be the one. So you're not going to want to miss any of these episodes, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell. Let's begin the manager career mode for Charlton. Let's get everything set up. It's a brand new FIFA, and we have so many new additions. What's going on there? Since when were cowgirls allowed to take over football clubs? Hey, that one looks a little bit like Liboya. But listen, guys, this is going to be the best career mode that certainly I've ever recorded series and videos for on YouTube, just purely because the amount of new additions that they've made to the mode. We've got player position changes. You can now take players, you can move them to new positions. We've also got the interactive sim, which means we can jump into games. We can see a live ticker of the games. We've also got various other things like new types of transfers. Oh, mate, loads of stuff we're going to be able to get ourselves stuck into here. Hey, I'm going to go for this guy. He looks a little bit like Liboya. Am I, though? Maybe I should make myself look a little bit more like me. Yeah, do you know what? You know what? We're going to go back. We're going to make this manager look like me, and we'll get stuck into the career mode. So there we go. That's not too bad. I think that's a reasonable job that we've done there on looking like me to some degree. Probably slightly better than last year where we had the whole ponytail fiasco. There we go. I'll give him a little rotation for you. We've got the club tracksuit, so hopefully that England badge will change, of course, to a Charlton badge. We've gone for a black tracksuit, white trainers, quite casual. I would have gone for a slightly skinnier tracksuit if I could, but they don't have the option. Although they have actually introduced a few more options to the customization for the manager, which is good news. But we'll advance with this manager lookalike, and here we come to select our team. Now, unfortunately, we have to go one league further than last year and go to League One in order to pick our team. So we're only a 2-star outfit at the moment. So are there any teams that are above us right now? I think it seems that 2-star is the maximum you're going to get. Yeah, even Sunderland and I think Ipswich as well were only 2 stars. So yeah, oh, hang on, were they? Yes, they were. Okay, so let's go with Charlton Athletic. So let's have a look. Very low domestic success, very low continental success, and low brand exposure with medium youth and medium financial board expectations. I've got a feeling over the next few FIFAs, guys, that's going to change. Just today, as of when I'm recording this video, we've signed Marcus Maddison, which I'll get into a little bit more about transfers shortly. But we've got a 2.5 million transfer budget, a club worth of 7.2 million. Our kits are in, but they don't quite look right. They obviously have no sponsors on them. And also, is that texture right on the grey away kit? It's probably quite small on your screen there, but it doesn't look quite right. I wonder if when the full version of this releases, it's going to be slightly different and maybe get updated. Actually, a good time to talk about this just quickly. When the transfer window shuts, as obviously COVID has caused this situation where the transfer window is going to be shut in October, a little bit later, it's going to have a big impact on the squad and stuff going into this career mode. So here's what I'm going to do, and I just want to let you guys know this from the first episode. I'm going to play through as many episodes as I can, and once I've got to the point where the FIFA update comes out and it adds the players that we're going to sign in real life, I'm actually going to restart the career mode, but I'm going to replicate the exact same results that we've got. The only thing it is going to mean is that it's going to jig around some of the maybe teams around us. Maybe there'll be a few slightly different results. I'm reckoning we're going to be about 5-10 episodes in maximum by the time that happens, but I will make the same signings, I'll make the same results per fixture, so it won't really be any different other than we'll have Marcus Maddison in the squad, we'll have maybe 1 or 2 other players that Charlton will sign in real life in the squad, and actually in the long term it's going to be very beneficial to the career mode. So that's how we're going to do it. We're still going to go ahead, sign players, play games, and that will be exactly the same when I restart it. We'll make the same signings as long as we can and that sort of thing. I'm only going to make 1 signing, 2 signings maximum anyway. before the first transfer window shuts anyway, so it shouldn't actually make much of a difference. But anyway, just wanted to clear that up at the beginning so that you guys know that that's coming. And we're going to go on world-class difficulty, 6-minute halves fine sterling. We're going to enable the competitions, the European competitions. We're also going to enable the transfer window, and we're going to have to... okay, we'll hold out in case we get the England job offer as well. Negotiation success. I think there are only two options here, loose and strict. I think we'll go with loose. Again, if I restart this, you guys can let me know if you think I should change this to strict. But for now, we're going to go with loose. Loose means, obviously, it's a little bit easier to deal with, for example, like Crystal Palace, Millwall, and maybe a little bit easier to nab some of the youth talents of the leagues above and stuff like that. Strict just means it's a little bit more realistic, I suppose. But for the fun of career mode, I'm going to initially go with loose. Let me know in the comments what you think I should go for if we do restart this career mode. Financial takeover, we're going to... So in real life, Thomas Sandgaard has taken over. And it's been a long time coming, but we've actually got some finance. We've got some money in the club. So I think I'm going to go for enable. Oh, you can pick the amount. So you have 10 million, 50 million... or 100 million. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Realistically, we are not going to be spending much more than 10 million, especially with the wage cap. But even if we're in the championship, 10 million would be about an appropriate budget, right? We've got a 2 million budget if we don't have a financial takeover. 10 million's reasonable. That's a nice little cash injection to start with. So I'm going to go with that. Again, guys, let me know what you think I should do in those regards. So we're going to change the Forest Park Stadium name to, of course, the Valley. And I love how it always gives the sort of default option as the most appropriate ground for Charlton. It's literally pretty much the exact same capacity, has all of the available weathers. So you get lots of different nice scenes, night scenes, snowy scenes, rainy scenes. Love that. But we are going to rename it, of course, to the Valley. And that will be our stadium in the Charlton career mode, of course. Now, let's advance and start loading up this career mode. It says, football is back. At the start of every new season, the sun is shining on our hopes and dreams. The past behind us. We're focused now on what might be and on what's going to be. The first game of a new campaign, the first day of the rest of our footballing lives. We love that. And immediately you can see that career mode has had some drastic changes to even the loading screens. The whole vibe of it is just new. Same old font, same old template, but so many new additions to this career mode. And we're going to get into some of the primary things we want to tackle. I'll give you a hint of what the first one might be. We want to make Alfie Doughty a left winger. We want to add that to his positions. I think he's already a left back and a left wing back on this game. So to get a left mid or a left wing on that option would be fantastic. He's a very, very highly rated young player in League One and for Charlton as well. So that bodes very, very well for us. And here we are. Ahead of going into the Charlton career mode, we get to pick a pre-season tournament invite to accept. Now, this one's got the most prize money, so normally I just veer towards that. However, it is slightly more difficult than this one, for example. However, I fancy my chances, and I'm going to go for this one. So we've gone for a more foreign one. I think it's the European International, is that what it's called? And it means that we're not going to have any other English teams in there, which actually could maybe play to our strengths. But guys, here we are in the brand new FIFA 21 career mode screen. We're going to go through a lot of different things. The training has completely changed. The player development has completely changed as well. But first and foremost, guys, let's have a look at our squad that we're dealing with. So, form has already played a part here. You can see a -4 on, a +4 on Pratley and a -1, I think it was on Forster-Caskey. So this is just telling us about sharpness, fitness and morale. I kind of get this. It's the same as Football Manager. I'll let this just hang so you guys can read it if you really want to know exactly how this works. But we're going to figure it out as we go. It's basically, as I say, the same as Football Manager. You've got to rotate players to keep their sharpness and their fitness on point, which is just adds already a massive dimension to career mode. Fantastic stuff. So we have got Dylan Phillips at the club as of when I'm recording this video. Don't know how much longer that's going to last for in real life, but he's our highest rated player at 71. This gives us Charlie Barker at right back, 56 rated as pretty bang average stats, apart from pace, which is not too bad, which is not really what Charlie Barker's really about. He doesn't have a game face either, so interesting. Oshilaja is a 66. Pratley in at centre-back at the moment on a +4. Interesting. But he doesn't have centre-back on his positions right now. Interesting. Very interesting. Purrington's gone up to a 67. We've then got Forster-Caskey, Gilby, Morgan and Williams in the midfield with Anike and Bon up top. Now, straight off the bat, guys, I don't want to massively use this narrow 4-1-2-1-2 formation anymore. I think I want something a little bit more like this, but wider. So yeah, I'm liking the look of something like that. Maybe even just a flat-out 4-3-3 attack. Now, I do like the look of that, and I think, honestly, this is what we're going to go for. This is the mould of the Jamie Boxall era in this FIFA career mode. We're going to go for a 4-3-3. I think we did the same. Yeah, we definitely did, actually, in the FIFA 20 career mode, because I remember we had Smith Rowe out on that left-hand side, and I think we had Lecco, of course, on the right. We achieved Premier League promotion last time, and we're setting out for a Champions League final this time. It's a big difference. We're going to have to play a lot more episodes, but I'm so buzzing for it. A shame that Washington's a 64, but here are here's the full squad that you can see here. A lot of sort of low 50 rated players that probably aren't going to get a look in for us. Sarpong Wiridu's a 57, so he's probably going to go straight in there at right back. He is also 20 years old, which means at 57 rated, he could be one to work on for sure. We're also going to stick Jason Pearce in at centre-back ahead of Darren Pratley. And what we're also going to do is stick, I think, Levitt in midfield next to Forster-Caskey because Morgan's not quite highly rated enough. We also might stick Oztumer there. Do you know what? Actually, we'll put Oztumer there and we'll put Gilby there. And that will be our midfield three initially. Now, what do we need to sign? We need a right-back for sure. 100% we need to focus on getting a right-back. I'd also like a right winger, a left winger, and by the end of the season, maybe a new striker as well. But I said I'd only do 1 or 2 signings off the bat. We're going to prioritise the right back position. And I think we're probably going to also prioritise the right wing position. Because we have got Williams who can play on the left. That is one of his positions. And we also do have Doughty who we can train and develop into a left winger. He's a 64 rated actually. I thought he was a 63. So yeah, very, very promising from FIFA to give him literally the same rating as like an established striker at this level, such as Washington. But yeah, that's going to be what we do. Doughty and Williams rotating over here on the left, which should be very, very nice for us. Bon can fill in on the right for now, but we want to sign a new right winger. And we're going to have a brand new right back, hopefully, in the door. So, that is the squad. That is the formation we're going into the season with. It's not a bad starting place, but let's see what we can do in the brand new FIFA 21 career mode. So, let's have a little explore around the office. Let's have a look at our emails and that sort of thing. We've got a 12.58 million transfer budget, which means that it's basically added the 2 million budget, 2.5 million budget or whatever it was, and it's added that 10 million that we selected for the takeover option as well. That's a really nice amount of money to work with in League One, and it's really going to help us get out of League One, which of course in real life, Sandgaard is investing now. He is really, really trying to get out of this league and invest in the team. So it's kind of realistic. I really don't mind that little 10 million injection. Let's have a look at these emails then. So European International Cup, yeah, of course, that's fine. Important transfer market information, just telling us that we're, you know, the transfer window's open and that sort of thing. Academy. So I believe this is a brand new feature where we're going to have randomly generated players in the Youth Academy. So if we press X and head to the Youth Academy, are we going to have like random young players in here or real life Charlton players perhaps? So it says developing players in your own club's academy will give you, okay, let's just skip this. Development plans, we'll go through that later. We'll skip this for now. Okay, so yes, they are completely randomized. We've got a Mexican keeper who is a 70 to 94 potential. We'll find out exactly where in that quite broad threshold he actually sits, I guess after more weeks pass by. You can also train, guys, skill moves and weak foot in this new FIFA, which is fantastic. But this guy looks like an absolutely fantastic prospect. He's a 6'6" Mexican goalkeeper, Manuel Paredes. This is exciting, finding out about these randomly generated youth players. We've also got Nathaniel Blazek, the Slovakian, versatile, it has to be said, defender. Centre-back, left-back and right-back. He can play all of them. He's got a 5-star weak foot, but unfortunately his potential at the moment only indicates that it can go up to 77. Short-term, This guy could be an answer. He's only 15, so we can't actually promote him to the senior squad yet. But good to know that he's here. Arslan, Hussein Arslan. He is a Turkish centre-back and right-back. Slightly higher potential, possibly. You can see he only goes up to 77 max. He's 82 max. He hasn't got quite the same weak foot, but he looks like a force. He's 6'2", as is this guy. And yeah, he could be a little Turkish wonder kid for us in the next couple of seasons. We'll see. Then we've got ourselves Ibrahim Smith, or Smythe. I'm going to say Smythe. Ibrahim Smythe. A 15-year-old left wing, centre mid and right mid, who is a 58 overall. And look at that potential. 72 minimum to 94 maximum with a 4-star skill move and 5-star weak foot. Guys, I don't know if I can restart this. The problem is, Marcus Maddison is unattached, right? So he actually doesn't have a club. So it's not like I can just sign Marcus Maddison, who, let's face it, is our marquee signing so far in real life of the transfer window. It should be a massive shame. Guys, let me know if you think I should restart this. I mean, we'll probably get some good youth aspects again, right? Youth prospects again, sorry, if we were to restart it. But yeah, look at some of these guys. They look incredible. Mark McLaughlin, by the way, where's he from? He's English. Okay. Wow, look at those stats. Pace, shooting, not bad, mate. And that another 5-star weak footer with 3-star skill moves this time. Mark McLaughlin, the Northern Irish winger. Again, a 69 to 94 potential. This guy looks like he could be unbelievable. And then Lucas Baxter, the Australian striker. Again, 67 to 93. They're all 15 besides Paredes. But ironically, we don't need a goalkeeper right now because we've got 2 very solid goalkeepers at the club. But that is a very interesting new addition to FIFA Career Mode. And Charlton have some very good youth prospects on their cards right now. What's this saying? It's just telling us about youth development. Okay, okay, objectives. Let's have a look at these objectives. We've already kind of been through them. So, yeah, they've got a bit of a youth thing going. We need to get some players up to the youth academy, brand exposure, sign a young player. We can deal with that. Continental success, no objectives. We need automatic promotion from League One. Of course, we were aiming for that anyway. Financially, make a £2.7 million profit from a youth player sale, or from youth player sales within 2 seasons. We'll kind of keep half an eye on that, but the ultimate goal we're sort of self-imposing, which is obviously to get out of this league and up to, first of all, the Championship, then the Premier League, and then establish ourselves up there, just like Mr. Sangard wants to do in real life. So we've got 12 players on the scouting report. So scouting is, I think, pretty much similar to how it was. Yeah, so each scout has specific skills. These are the players that we've currently got our scouts looking at. And yeah, you know what? A few of these players are actually not too bad at all. Jimmy Dunn is literally starting in the Premier League right now for Burnley. McIntyre I've not heard of, a young centre-back from Reading. We need to get some right-backs on here. They're all centre-backs. I mean, we do need a centre-back as well for sure, but I don't think we're going to do that this transfer window. I think we're going to stick to the right-back and right midfielder positions where we can strengthen. Because Pearce, Oshilaja, Pratley slipping in there, I don't mind that whatsoever. We might also try and sign Famwa if we can for the time being and see where that gets us. And then over to our global transfer network and scouting position. I guess this is where you can set up scouts to, yeah, look for youth talent in different parts of the world. I'm pretty sure they've added some new countries. We can hire a scout. We have got money to do so. So do you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and get Daniel Lees in for £1.845 million. And yeah, I'm just gonna do that straight off the bat. We're going to send this guy to, do you know what? I don't think I've fully utilised the Chinese youth scouting that we've tried to do for the last 2 years. So I'm going to send him to China to get us some lovely Chinese prospects. We're going to send Ibrahim Spencer. Let's pick a country for him to go to. Oh, we can't because he's already area scouting, but we do have 2 more scouts available. So let's send another scout over to, let's go for, I think maybe Africa, you know. Can we go to Africa? I want to go to Africa. We actually can't go to Africa for whatever reason right now. So, okay, that's fine. Maybe it's because the experience and judgment stars are only 2, which maybe limits our countries. I would imagine that is probably the case, actually. Let's get ourselves an American, a couple of American youth prospects. And then finally, let's send him to, we won't go South America yet. we'll go to, I think we've got to do it, haven't we? We've got to send someone to Denmark to try and get some Danish youth talent in honour of Thomas Sandgaard. I think it's got to be done. So we've got, our scouts set up now in various locations around the globe, and we will keep an eye on how that works, because I think it has changed. I'm not 100% sure on exactly how it has changed. So yeah, here we go. We're in a group here with Niort, Zurich and Pogon Szczecin. No idea where the majority of those teams are from, sort of geographically speaking. But we have a training day today, so I guess let's have a look. Just in this first episode, we'll just sort of get to grips, I suppose, with some of these new features. So training day is definitely something I need to learn what this means. So training sessions means that your players' sharpness will improve, but their fitness will go down. Fine. And playing drills, you can improve them as a player. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Right, so I think I've worked out kind of how this works. So you've got these sort of automatically set drills. You can change the drill, but at the start, it gives you defending scenarios, inside the zone dribbling, and extreme hot potato. Whether the drill that you do matters that much, I'm not sure yet. We'll find that out. But it seems to do it by team sheet, so you can sort of rotate it. I think this is the best way to do it, right? You can rotate it between your sort of starting 11, and then I have actually made a reserves team sheet with all the sort of backup players. We don't have enough defenders to rotate enough, so that's why like Pierce is on it twice, and a couple of the other players are on it twice as well, like Bon. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to play the drills and just see, with the first team, by the way, the first team sheet, see how that impacts us. And over the course of the next few episodes, we're going to have to see how this affects us, how we can optimize our training in order to put us in the best position for a match day. So let's have a look at these drills. So I think the drills are pretty much the same. We've got a defending drill going on right now. They have got some new dribbling stuff in the gameplay, and I haven't actually played any of the games so far. So this is all completely new to me. What you're seeing right now, guys, is literally my very first gameplay on FIFA 21, and I'm not doing a very good job. I've got no points so far, and we've only got 5 attempts left. So let's see if we can gather some points here. Okay, so in the end, we've got a B there. It's not too bad. I think what happens now is if you get an A and then you simulate the drills in the future, you can actually just completely, for the rest of time, basically get an A in that particular drill. So I think we're going to have to do that off screen and try and set it up so that we just automatically get A's in every drill. All right, so I've cut out a couple of those drills, but we did manage to get A's in the other 2 drills apart from the one I showed you, which apparently has given a +10, a +6, and a +9, respectively. I'm going backwards there, sorry, to our match sharpness, and it gives a -10 to fitness. Okay, so it's basically a maths equation that you've got to figure out what's the best way to optimize your players. And do you know what? I'm here for it. I really don't mind it. As long as you can definitely simulate the training drills once you've done them once, this will be a really good and interesting way to get your squad sharp. And also it forces you into having a squad rather than just an 11 that you can abuse. It gives a lot more importance to your match fitness and stuff like that. So I'm all for it. All right, guys, so this is going to be the last thing we do in today's episode. Next time, we'll get into some matches. We'll have a look at the interactive match sim. But for now, I'm aware that the episode's probably running quite long because of the way we've started things off and exploring all these new features. So we're going to identify our first transfer target for Charlton in this sort of ahead of this League One campaign. And it's got to be a good player, right? So let's have a look at who I've gone for. Now, you're probably not going to know who this guy is, but I've had a look at some of the team sheets on the just like normal menus and had a look at some players that I think would make a really good, interesting signing and a bit of a project to work on as well. So it's just telling us how transfers work. We kind of know this already. And this is the guy I've gone for. So Shumpai Naruse. I'm going to just call him Naruse. So he is a right back, right wing back, and right midfielder. Now, the reason I've gone for this guy, his skill moves and weak foot don't blow me away, but if he's going to be down the right-hand side, we want him to get up and down, and we want him to put crosses in, you know, chick passes into the inside midfielders and stuff like that. And this guy just looks like he could be basically Alfie Doughty's right wing version, basically. So this is the guy I've gone for. He won't be that expensive as well, which means hopefully we can really splash out on a right midfielder, or maybe even use this guy primarily as a right midfielder and then sign a different right back. But that right hand side is definitely where we need strengthening. But this is the first guy I'm going to go for. Although I haven't scouted him, I think that he's... Oh, yeah, literally it says there he's got a release clause of 1.4 million, which I think we're just going to pay. I mean, we could go into negotiations and see if we could get him for cheaper, I suppose. But it might just be worth paying the release clause. So, you know what? To save hassle, I'm actually just going to go ahead and just pay it. And I'm going to get this guy, Champagne Naruse, I think. And we're going to try and negotiate his wage now and make sure we get our first signing in this first episode of the Charlton Career Mode, which will be a nice little addition and improve definitely the current player we've got in that right back position, which is Sarpong Wiradou. There we are, looking similar to my FIFA 20 guy, but a little bit different. My nose is a bit like maybe a bit wrong. Maybe we can fix that if we ever restart. Anyway, for now, the main thing is getting Champagne Naruse into the club. So let's have a look at what we're going to give him as his squad role. I think we're going to give him a rotation role in the squad, and I wonder how that works for him. He's looking to be an important player, so okay, we'll accept that. I'm quite happy for him to be an important player. He would be our highest rated right back. He is also, of course, as you can see, 19. So hopefully a lot of potential to grow into a very solid Championship and hopefully Premier League left back as well. Some new dialogue I'm noticing here, saying that there's position. I understand there's competition at the club and that sort of stuff. We want to go for a big old contract considering he's a young player. He's very, very happy to oblige. We don't want a release clause. And we want to go in, I guess, with, I don't know, what should we give him as a wage? I don't want to annoy him. Should we say the wage cap in this league is 2k, right? So let's go with 1.6 and a signing bonus of like 30k. See what he says to that. I guess we could do a promotion bonus. There's no promotion bonuses in here. I guess if he has 20 clean sheets, we can give him a little 20 grand bonus and see what he says to that. I'm a bit worried if that was okay. He was happy with that. Maybe we've gone in a little bit too fair, perhaps there. But I'm quite happy to give him a 1.6k wage. It's not crazy, and it looks like, guys, if he accepts this, which I think we can see if he does by advancing time. That could be a nice little signing to get into the Charlton squad, and we can end the episode with a brand new right back in and training with us at Sparrows Lane and playing for us at the Valley. So let's simulate the day and see if that then triggers him to arrive at the Valley. Let's have a look. Right, so we have advanced time. I know this episode's probably running a bit long, but it's the first episode, so we don't mind it. Jason Pierce has come to me and said, on behalf of the whole team, I wanted to welcome you to Charlton Athletic. I'm going to say the future's exciting, and that has been a positive impact on his morale, which is always good to see. Yeah, very excited about what we can achieve together. Now, if we go also to the inbox, you can see we've had 2 offers for 2 of our goalkeepers. Now, probably more realistic to go ahead and sort of accept the Dylan Phillips offer, or at least negotiate that one. But if it was just me, I would probably go more towards selling Ben Amos, considering his age and his rating. So, for now, I'm probably going to delay these, and hopefully that we can buy ourselves some time for you guys maybe to have an input, and we can go ahead and tackle that next episode. So let me see if I can do that. Okay, so we tried to get 1.2 million, which is a little bit ridiculous for Ben Amos. And they, did you see how heartbroken my little guy looked there? Dylan Phillips, though, a £2.1 million offer is what they've come in with. Now, it says that we can maybe get it up to 2.35 million. His value is 2 million, so they've actually come in a little bit above his value. So let's go in and negotiate this one, and perhaps we could see Dylan Phillips leaving, who is, again, our highest rated player, but somebody who may really leave in real life. He may not, though. We have to consider that he actually may not leave as well. So there is that. So I'm going to go in and say I want 2.8 million for him, just to set the bar reasonably high. and see what they say to that. Wow, they've just straight up rejected the 2.8. Okay, I'm learning about this transfer negotiation business. It seems a little bit more stringent, even on the loose setting. So I guess we've kind of messed up selling either of our goalkeepers there, which I'm actually not that bothered about, to be honest. Like, having them both in the club is fine by me, to be perfectly honest with you. All right, guys, so because the episode is running a little bit long and I can't seem to quite confirm this transfer, we're going to leave it in a sort of suspenseful way for episode 2, where we're going to get into loads more of the FIFA 21 career mode details and new features. So we've obviously got that right back who we're hopefully going to be able to sign from the Japanese league. We also are going to try and look at some player development plans for one or two of our players. Again, particularly Doughty, I'm interested in getting him to become a left winger. And then, of course, we can play. We can investigate the interactive match sim, and we can play as well maybe one or two of these pre-season tournament games and work on getting our sharpness up and ready for the brand new season. But yeah, very long episode and not a lot done in comparison to the previous times I've done a Charlton career mode, and that's purely because there are so many new features to investigate, explore and enjoy in the FIFA 21 career mode. But guys, thank you so much for watching the first episode, and of course there will be so much more to come, as well as the 2 other series that I mentioned. I bet this is about 40 minutes long or something, but I hope you enjoyed the first episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Take care, and I'll see you later.